Jack,
Yes, Brian.
people die.
Yeah, I know. It's not something we should probably talk about on the podcast. We try and make this sort of a bastion of fun, of escapism for people.
I know, but it's sad. And, as a last send-off, you have the obituary, Jack, right? It's the last time you talk about the person, really, in the general public. Well, there's money in obituaries, Jack.
How so?
They will pay podcasters to read obituaries and to honor the memory of a lost loved one.
Well, that makes sense considering the decline of newspaper in the 21st century. People don't even read a hard newspaper anymore. I guess that kind of makes sense.
It does make sense, Jack. And they sent me some obits, and I'd like you to read them. They don't want me to read them. I'm a little too polished. They'd like you to read them, the everyman. And if you can be professional and give it the gravitas that it deserves, we're going to get paid. And that's a real sweet thing, Jack.
I'm super excited to make money on this thing. I want to go on a nice vacation.
I just sent you the first obit, and I would love for you to read it with gravitas and honor the person who has passed.
And so all I need to do is read it, and once I read it, we get paid.
Yes. Gravitas. Okay. Gravitas.
Okay. So let me just I just got it. I'm opening it now. There we go. And just let me read it real quick so I can get the gravitas it needs.
Nope. Obituaries need to be out there quickly. We're going to honor this person as soon as possible. They've passed. Let's go.
Okay. I'm right. Just if you could just tell me when to go and I'll start reading.
Take it away, please.
Okay. Paul Michael Kerrigan of Chesterfield Township died at his home Sunday after a brief battle with died at his home after a brief battle with autoerotic asphyxiation. He was 43. Paul was the owner of Paul's Java Joint, the top-rated coffee shop in Chesterfield Township. Every morning at 6 a.m., Paul would start the day there, brewing his signature blend coffee that Chesterfield residents came to love. Paul spent 6 days a week at his coffee shop. He was the first one there and the last one to leave. His passion for running a business was unmatched, but his passion for depriving his brain of oxygen while pleasuring himself in order to maximize his orgasm and incur an intense feeling of euphoria came in a close second. Monday through Saturday, Paul worked like a horse. But Sundays were his to relax, kick back, grab a box of Kleenex, and wrap a belt around his neck. Paul loved to look in the mirror and say, "It's go time," before heading to the closet to give his stiff little Bezos its comeuppance. It was there, surrounded by hanging slacks and neatly folded shirts, that Paul felt most at ease. He could drop his trousers and clear his mind, confident that his knobby hobby would be known only to him. And Father McDaniels, who heard of Paul's unusual predilection for oxygen-deprived dink-diddling during Paul's occasional visit to Our Lady of Victory Church in nearby Southfield, where he is now banned. In lieu of flowers, Paul's family has requested that people avoid unnecessary risk and invest in a fleshlight. Visit fleshlight.com and use discount code Paul Kerrigan, RIP.
It's not the gravitas we're looking for.
Come on. If the Kerrigan family's not going to pay us for that, and I'm sorry if I messed that up. Fleshlight had an ad embedded within the thing. Like, we should at least get that money.
Yeah, you'd think. I don't know who to talk to at that company, but that would be great.
I know a bunch of people over there.
I just sent you another obituary.
I'm sorry, Brian. I blew that. But, right in the first sentence, after a brief battle with autoerotic asphyxiation, I wasn't ready. I'm sorry.
Those tragedies happen. It's sad. And, you got to move on. Yeah, life goes on. Here's another chance. To say. Gravitas,
gravitas. Yeah, I know. I get it. All right. I've gotten the file and I've opened it. Tell me when to go.
Take it away. Gravitas.
Gravitas. Alice Angelica McFee of Bainbridge will be laid to rest on Saturday following her death during a camping trip near Vanderbrook Mountain. She was 58. Alice was a beloved wife, mother, and homemaker whose love for the outdoors was not known until this week, when her loving husband, Charles McAfee Jr., called police to say that his wife had gone camping days earlier and hadn't returned. After a 3-day search, Alice's body was discovered at the bottom of Beekman Gorge, where she had apparently fallen. Police are awaiting autopsy results to determine the exact cause of death. Alice was the only daughter of Justine and Ernie Borak, who both predeceased her. Ernie Borak left Alice a sizable fortune from his incredibly successful automobile dealerships. Alice's husband Charles was devastated by the news of her death, which brought back traumatic memories of his last 2 wives. Mayonnaise heiress Jezebel Hellman McAfee died 8 years earlier during a spontaneous, out-of-character camping trip near Vanderbrook Mountain. Her body was also discovered at the bottom of Beekman Gorge, where she had apparently fallen. An autopsy determined that Jezebel was killed by the fall and nothing else. Charles's first wife, Carolyn, a wheelchair-bound amputee, died after she went camping by herself to celebrate her loving husband taking out a $2 million insurance policy on her. Her body was later discovered at the bottom of Beekman Gorge, but foul play was ruled out by Chief Medical Examiner Charles McAfee Sr.
Shoot.
I mean, they're just murdering late. Like, we all see that, right? I mean, I'm not the crazy one. That family's just murdering women.
It's just no, but I wouldn't read into it.
I mean, I'm not trying to crap on the people trying to spend money, like future sponsors like Manscaped or whatever. Don't think that's what I do. But it's clear, right? I'm not the crazy one, am I?
It's unfortunate that we're not getting paid for that, but that's
what you have to say.
That's just how it is, I guess. But it's too bad because that Charles definitely has a lot of cash on hand, and it would have been nice to get some of that scratch. But whatever.
Okay,
you have an obituary. Nice. I sent it to you. Gravitas, Jack.
Gravitas. Okay, I'm trying. You understand? It's hard. I don't get to read these ahead of time. It's the first time I'm reading any of these freaking words.
I understand, but this is how the obituary business works. Gravitas as soon as possible.
Okay. Tell me when to go.
You can go.
Okay. Michael Hobbes died unexpectedly Monday, shortly after promoting children's literacy to Redbridge Library patrons. He was 29. Michael loved to promote literacy the old-fashioned way by donning a rainbow monkey suit that featured a swinging dildo and exposed ass. Come on. This is how you get kids to read, Michael told a crowd of parents with children before bending over so that they could become acquainted with his anus. Unfortunately for Michael, several parents believed that there were better ways to promote literacy to their children, and they unexpectedly took issue with his exposed anus as well as the dildo he sported between his legs. The crowd of angry parents rushed their young children out of the room before returning to set upon the rainbow dildo butt monkey, who was surprisingly ill-prepared for such a reaction. "This was not what I expected," shouted the rainbow dildo butt monkey as he fled down Bishop Street, exposing the parents to more bare ass, but sparing them a view of his swinging dildo part. Police say rainbow dildo butt monkey was killed instantly when it ran in front of a box truck that attempted to slow down, but which then sped up. After realizing that rainbow dildo butt monkey was trying to promote children's literacy. There will be no service. Did he not have a family? Who's paying for this ad then?
Sometimes the government steps in and subsidizes these things.
Now, if I didn't know better, I would say someone who was running out of time to write something just wanted to write Swildo, just wanted to write rainbow dildo butt monkey a bunch. Well, almost to sabotage me.
No, that's an actual legit news story. I just had not known about the fate of that gentleman. I guess if you do a little Googling, you'll learn that that's an actual thing that happened.
Boy.
Yeah.
Boy. It's a very edgy episode, after the Andrew Heaton experience and our special episode this week. And now this, this is very a raunchy couple of episodes.
That's a legit news story, Jack. Look it up.
All
I'm
right,
quite serious.
okay. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
May he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace. I like that. That the truck driver wanted to kill him, not because of how he was dressed, but because he was trying to promote children's literacy.
That's right.
That's
We
a
have one
weird
more
agenda
chance.
to have. There's more. We got 4.
Yeah, there's one more chance. Well,
Rule
maybe
of
we don't
4
have.
in comedy.
Maybe it's 3. No, maybe it's 4.
Okay, I just got the 4th one.
Let's get some money, please. Gravitas. Just be gravitas-y.
It's not an appropriate word. Okay, I am ready. Please
take her away.
Thank you. Omar Nassar Bishara died unexpectedly on Thursday at his office in Bandakil. He was 28. Omar is the 6th child and 4th son of Nassar bin Abdul Rahman Bishara and some woman. Omar was unmarried at the time of his passing, having chosen to instead focus all of his youthful energy to his life's passion, keeping young girls safe from the threat of education and sunlight. Omar was a regular fixture on the streets of Bandakil, often alerting women to the fact that they might be showing off too much ankle, or bursting into homes that he believed held individuals who may have accidentally harbored the impulse to educate females. Over a cup of mint tea, he would often launch into a lengthy speech about how a woman's sole purpose was to pleasure him and produce offspring. He routinely told people that he didn't care if women liked him or not in this world, because paradise awaited him and he had it on good authority that it was a non-stop hump fest with hot chicks and everything. His favorite book was one that totally plagiarized other famous books, but added some more warlordy stuff. Although he himself could not read it, he outsourced the understanding of it to toothless elders who wouldn't know a razor if it walked up to them and said, "Hey, I'm a razor," in perfect Farsi. A service will not be held as Omar was semi-cremated and his remains scattered around a lot of the garage where he inadvertently triggered the middle school backpack he was working on. Oh, Jesus God. Oh, my God. What's wrong with you?
Me, it's an obituary that we're not getting paid for.
What's wrong with you for bringing this stuff? You can pre-read it, and you've got to be selective. Like,
I want to make the money for the podcast. I'm happy to take any solicitation from any funeral home anywhere in the world and present it to you. I'm not filtering anything. We need to make some money.
okay. Well, we didn't do it thanks to my failings, and yet another way to end what was a really fun and good podcast.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, you let us down, and you let down the souls of all those people who've passed before us.
Yep.
May their memories be a blessing.
Amen. Thanks for a wonderful podcast, except for the end, Brian.
Review us and subscribe and all that.
Yep.